Today I want to talk about 10 things that have surprised me since my surgery. Number one, I haven't had any seizures. They warn all brain tumour patients that they may have seizures after surgery, so I took that quite seriously. The second thing that has surprised me since my surgery is the healing power of my own body and mind. I've been through brain surgery, radiation, chemotherapy, and all of the mental anguish around that, also chemo rash. And yet I sit here feeling strong and calm and positive. The third thing that surprised me since my surgery is that my skull feels numb, specifically the place where they removed my skull to operate. They did replace it again, and it is tacked down with what they call low profile plates, but that skull is still quite numb. As you can see, it still has circulation because there is still hair there, and the numbness is slowly receding. But it is a little bit disconcerting, and there's a little ridge here, which I assume is where my skull was reattached. Number 4, I remained physically active throughout the 6 weeks of my treatment. I did slow down towards the end as the radiation and the chemo affected me, and just the daily trips to the hospital. But I did keep going on walks. They were a little bit shorter, but they kept me sane and they did keep me strong to get through the treatment. Number 5, chemo rash. It looked horrific. It came up the day after I spent a little too much time in the sun, and then it just went rampant all over my body. The worst bits were the parts that had been in the sun. For treatment, I took an oral antihistamine called Phenergan. That actually knocked me out as well, which was good because I could actually sleep. I also took a mild prescription cortisol cream that I put on twice a day, but it wasn't until my treatment ended that it really started to clear up, and it took about 2 weeks to clear altogether. The sixth thing that surprised me since my surgery was constipation. Laxatives are a must. When you are on anti-nausea pills and of course the chemo pills, the toxicity builds up inside of you and everything gets stuck. So laxatives are not even an option, they're absolutely imperative. That's my opinion anyway. Number 7, I've lost half of my right eyebrow. I would love it to come back, but I'm not pinning my hopes on it. The 8th thing that has surprised me since my surgery was that the week after my treatment ended was the darkest period that I had experienced. I was alone more, I had time to reflect, I wasn't being shunted to the hospital every day, and I fell into a real dark place. But this actually leads me to my next point. Number 9, speaking to cancer counsel psychologists and other brain tumour sufferers is absolutely priceless. It's the best thing I've ever done. You don't feel like you have to justify or minimise your feelings, that you might be hurting someone else's feelings, making them overly worried for you. You're just amongst people who say, I know. And that is so comforting, and it pulled me out of that dark place I was in. So I'm very grateful. And the 10th thing that has surprised me since my brain surgery is that I have managed to stick to my healthy keto intermittent fasting diet, and I am still doing that diet. I've got a GKI here that's pretty sweet, and I feel good. It's been 2 weeks since I finished my first round of my next chemo treatment, but I want to dedicate a whole video to that, so I'll be doing that early in the new year. Thanks for watching, and I hope everyone has a lovely Christmas with meaningful interactions and lots of love and delicious food. And I'll see you in the new year.